So this is the 2016 Burton Cartel, which is very similar to the 2015 and 2014. You don't really see too much of a difference between the 15 and 16. You just got one clue. It has the double-sided ratchets that come on really easy. You don't even need to crank them, you know, but you get them to about your boot, and then you just give them, you know, one or two. It just cranks really fast and comes on really fast. It's very easy to deal with. You got this fold-out thing that they had since last year. You've had the same, I think the last 2 years now, maybe 3. You've had, I think 2. You have this amazing ankle strap. It's probably one of my favorite ankle straps. Also, I love the way you can adjust this. You have 3 options where with their higher end bindings, you now only have 2 because they decided to do a little weight savings or something like that and hollow it out right here. So I like the middle to the upper one because it gets a little bit higher on your boot, gives you a little more ankle support, and gives you a little more response. But you know, if you want a little more freedom of movement, you can move it lower, and that's really good. You know, it's just about standard with most companies. They have 1 or 2 or 3. And so they have 3, which is kind of the most that you'll probably see out there in terms of, you know, the ankle strap angle. Now, one of the things that Burton's probably the best at is rotating your high backs. Some people don't do that, but as you can see, like if you're set up this way with your high backs on your board, let's say this table's the board, you can see that, you know, this is going to kind of bite into your calf because you're kind of, you know, you're set up this way and your boots are going to be a little off. So what's really nice is being able to rotate this high back this way so the high back can pull back and give you better heel side turn initiation. So see this, you have a really wide variety, a wide angle there, whereas most companies only have like maybe 2 or 3 holes, so you can only just, you know, reposition it in a few different ways, so you only get a few different degree options, where this is a little more infinite between, you know, 2 areas. So, you know, take this, push this one all the way forward, or push this one all the way forward, push this one all the way back, this one all the way forward, and it turns it that way, and it's really great, and you can tighten it up. The Reflex Tech is amazing. These don't quite have the flex underfoot that the you know, like the Genesis and some of the other bindings out there have, but it's still a lot of flex underfoot. And you can see they just bend, like it's amazing how much this bends, and you can see there's a whole flexing point here. Also, lots of shock absorption, and this also, like compared to like the Burton Genesis, gives the board just a little bit more stable feel because of this extra contact with the board here. It's just the base is a little bit wider, where the Genesis is a little bit narrower, a little bit more tapered in, and you know, it allows the board to butter a little bit better underfoot. But this still allows the board to butter almost better than any other binding out there too. So it's pretty amazing, and I just like the, you know, the response, the smooth, even, just balanced response of these bindings. It's not too much, it's not too little. It's just like you know, just a perfect little combo of you know, response but not twitchy. It's just, you know, it's very comfortable. It's supportive. You know, it's just, it fits with a wide variety of boards. The Burton Cartel is just really, you know, one of those just always recommendable bindings. The only other thing I want to talk about is they have an auto cant, so, you know, it's not totally like a canted binding where you're stuck like this. You can stand like this, but when you lean in like this, the material's softer in the inside, so you get a nice easy roll. And I like that subtle cant. And if you combine it with like a boots like the Imperial, or you know, But a lot of Burton boots these days that have a nice inward roll, them working together is just as good as a more aggressively canted binding from other companies. And it's just got a nice, easier roll, so you're not always stuck like this. You can come back to normal and then roll in and back and forth. It's easier on my joints. I feel it. So all in all, Burton Cartel, one of those bindings that I always have a lot of because I like putting 3 Cartels on 3 different boards that have a similar riding style and comparing them with the same boots. And so love having Cartel in my line. All our crew loves Cartels. They're just a great binding.